Hey, my people, another episode of cooking is here. But this episode is egusi soup. These are the general ingredients, guys. Yeah, that was my beef and some stockfish cooking already. Okay, yeah, and then a while later, this was me heating up my pots, just so that I could heat up some oil. And for this recipe, of course, we're using palm oil. This was me turning in the palm oil into the pot. Guys, the palm oil I have in my house, I don't even understand it. So yeah, I have to allow it to fry for a good time. This was me adding in some onions in the oil, okay, to infuse its, flavor into that oil. I allowed it to stay for a while. I think I overstayed the oil because my onions, I like they were over fried or something like that. Yeah, basically that was it. And then at this point, I was just introducing my roughly blended peppers and onions, okay? Yes, so that they could also fry alongside the oil. So yeah, guys, I was giving it a gentle stir so that everything will be well combined and they will fry evenly. Guys, generally, I'm a person that doesn't like egusi soup, but then I decided to make it because I realized my husband sort of likes egusi soup. You know, I just decided to make it. Yeah. So this was the pepper mix frying together with the palm oil and of course the onions that were chopped. So this was me adding in some egusi. Yes, the grounded or blended egusi, dried, of course. This is the twist, the northern twist actually. Most northern people fry their egusi while preparing it, okay? But at this point, I was just frying it and I splitted the egusi powder into two because I was going to introduce egusi twice into the soup. Yes. So, yes, this was the first part and I decided to fry it together with the pepper mix. Yes, at this point, you have to constantly keep gently turning it to avoid burning. If you know anything about egusi, you know that egusi burns easily. So yes, you might want to just keep stirring it so as to avoid it, you know, getting burnt and all of that. So yes, after about five, I think it's up to 7 to 10 minutes of frying this egusi you're seeing like this. It took a while to fry, but of course it didn't burn, so it came out well. After frying it fry. I just added some what do you call it, locust beans, but of course, guys, that is entirely optional. If you don't like it, by all means, please skip this process, okay? I used Iru for this process. Yes, I love how it comes out in my egusi soup. And yes, this was me adding in the beef and the stock fish, which were already pre-cooked before, I even started the video. Yeah, so I had some bongo, that's cow skin, which was, kind of tough. So I had to put them alongside the beef and the stockfish so that they can cook together. You can see that I'm leaving out the fish and the periwinkle on the plate for later. Yeah. So this was me giving it a quick stir, right? Adding in some water to allow them to cook together, for everything to come in together. I know I was stirring it very well at this point because, yeah, I tested to adjust for seasoning and then I realized I needed to add some salt, add a little water, and then, of course, some seasoning cubes. You know, you have to be careful because the little meat stock that was in that beef, contained a lot of stuff. So, yes, I added in some salts to taste and then, of course, some seasoning cubes, guys. We don't want to over season our soup. So yeah, after adding in all those things, you need to cover it and let it to cook for a while. Of course, the beef and everything needs to cook for a while, guys, right? So this was like 3 minutes later. You can see that it's already boiling. But I noticed it was boiling one-sided, so I had to mix it and then check on my cooker to find out what the issue was. This was me adding in some bitter leaf. Guys, what is a goosey soup without a twist of bitter leaf in it? What is the goosey soup? I like the light bitterness it gives you and the beautiful
Cook for
aftertaste,
a
you know.
while before.
You know what I mean. So this was me, oh, guys. I decided to heat up some fufu. I don't know what you like pairing your egusi soup with, but yes, if I don't have pounded yam handy, yeah, I think fufu comes in handy for egusi soup. So, and if I don't microwave my fufu, I heat it up in hot water. So this was me, adding in the second part of egusi. Ordinarily, I would have pounded that or blended it with onions, fresh onions, but no. This time around, I just put it in a bowl and then added in some cold water to mix to form this, it's actually a solid, paste with it. So yes, this was the paste. I was dumping it in like dumplings just so that we'll have another face. It gives the soup a facelift, if that makes sense. Okay, if you look at how the soup is looking now and how it will look much later after adding in this um paste of egusi, you would understand why this step was necessary. So yes, guys, I was dumping in the um egusi paste just so that to give me another twist. Okay, and you have to be careful after adding in this egusi. You don't want to stir it. You want to just add them in and cover them to cook, because if you add it immediately and you mix it, especially if you're using a metal or an iron spoon like I was, so it's going to get burnt and your egusi will not be well cooked. So you don't want to stir it just immediately after adding this. All you need to do is to let it sit and cook for some 7 to 10 minutes. It's egusi, my people. It needs to cook well. If not, it will scatter somebody's tummy. And of course, it will not last. Before morning, if you don't refrigerate it, it can spoil. So you need to let it cook well. Both the frying, if you're frying, it has to fry well, and if you decide to just cook it, it has to cook well. Why people usually have stomach upset after taking egusi outside is because, probably they don't allow it to cook well. If your egusi is well cooked, right, you wouldn't have stomach upset after eating it. So this was like 7 minutes later. You can see that it's already, coming together. You can see the lift of the soup, guys. Yeah, so I was just giving it a quick mix so that everything will be properly to get that mixed together. If you notice, I don't go deep into the pot because I know I'm using an iron spoon. And of course, I know that at this point, it's important to be careful not to reach down into the pot with your metal spoon. Yes, this was me adding in the smoked vanilla fish and the periwinkles that I had left. Okay, yeah, at this point they could, cope with the heat and cook alongside with everything that's in the pot. So guys, we're almost done with the soup. Haha. Who is hungry? Guys, can you see the difference in this soup, the face of this egusi soup, as at before adding that egusi paste and after adding it? Yeah. So yes, I let it to cook for a while. See how it is cooking now, guys. But I like this. Oh my goodness. The aroma in my kitchen at this point, it's better experience than explained. Okay. So yes, guys, egusi is coming along just well. And yeah, it is cooking fine. So yeah, I'm not longer afraid to stir it. This was me as in adding in the oziza leaf. Guys, oziza leaf in egusi is a game changer. Okay. So yeah, oziza leaf is always very important in your egusi soup. This was me adding in the oziza. I don't like so much vegetable inside the soup, just a little so that I'll have some greeny, here and there, but I don't want overloaded leafy vegetable in my egusi soup. Okay, so yes, basically this was the amount I considered okay for that soup, and Yeah, it came out just okay. Guys, would you be trying this recipe out? Let me know in the comment section if you'll be trying this recipe out. And I tell you, when I was trying to prepare it, people were like, well, I know you don't like egusi, but, along the line, if you eat it with swallow today, you might decide to, use rice for it. I was like, rice, egusi and rice. That's the worst combination ever. But guess what, guys? Yours truly actually tried it out and it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it came out just well and it tasted just divine. Okay, so yes, never say never, I'm telling you. So of course, guys, this was the fufu. Hey, gloriously boiling. Yeah, so of course you don't want to have this kind of hot steaming egusi with a cold fufu. So both the swallow and the soup are ready almost at the same time, guys. So yes, basically what I do after boiling my fufu is not just to keep it like that in the plate and start eating it in wraps. No, after boiling it, what I do is that I take out the wraps, the polythene or the nylon that they use in wrapping, you can see. So after taking them out of the, see how steamy it is, of course. Yes, then the next thing I do is I use my spatula, abi is it turner they call it, whatever you call it. Yeah, this stick that we use in turning swallow, yes, I use it to turn it and blend them in together as one piece. Okay, so that you'll be smoothly eating it without no obstructions and all of that. So yes, after mixing in the fufu, I can now transfer it into the serving plate for the day. Of course, this thing I learned in Port Harcourt. I stayed in Port Harcourt for about 3 months, and this was where I learned it. And initially, I'm telling you, in Port Harcourt, they use their hands to do this thing. It can be very hot and painful. So no, 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 no. After I got to Lagos, I started using spatula to turn it. I cannot come and burn my hand because I want to eat fufu, right? So yes, this was me just making it have a good shape before I finally transfer it into the plate for the night. Okay, yeah, it looks good, and of course making it more presentable. This way you never can tell that they were in smaller wraps. Yeah, that was a whole meal together, guys. Hot and steamy. Can you see that steam coming out of it? Yes, guys, food is almost ready. So it's now time to, dish out our soup so that we can serve and enjoy, guys. So yes, this was me putting in the soup. Guys, look at how divine this soup is looking. Wow. Don't forget, guys, drop me your likes, thumbs up for this video. Subscribe if you are yet to, and of course drop me your nice comments and I'll be sure to reply you. Guys, I'm happy that you are here. Thanks for watching to this point, and as always, guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.